Okay, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our TensorFlow course and we're still doing our malaria data visualization module. Let's have a look at what we're going over today. Now, we did just start this module this morning, so yeah, all I had to do was import the data over from our last module and get things started. So yeah, we will now get into visualizing our data set and visualizing elements in our data set. First, we will start by picking out the image and the label and image rates. Then we will pass in the trained data set. We can also pass in the validation data set and the testing data sets if we chose to. Then we will specify how many elements we want to take using a .take function. We chose 16 for example purposes. Next, we will come up with subplots, and then we will pick out 4 by 4 because we have a plot with 16 images. So we want to plot a 4 by 4 showing all 16 images, which we didn't get, but I'll explain that when we get there. Next, we will use the plt.imshow of our image. We will also use the plt.title to title our labels for each image. So that's how we plot our image. And finally, we will run our code. So this is the code here. The 4i image label. We have a numerate train data set. We have the take 16. Let them know we want to take 16 images. Then we have our x equals plt.subplot. Let them know we want to subplot of 4 by 4 images. And then we have the plt.image show image, which generate the images but don't display them. And then we have the plt.title, which is going to title our images. Now, the plt.show here, I had to add myself. The instructor didn't mention anything of not having to. Like I said, all he mentioned was the plt.imshow, and that was supposed to work. It worked for him on his screen doing his when he showed us in the example. Yeah, so I had to figure out to use the plt.show function on my own. Like I said, I guess it's all part of the coding journey. Like I said, it's not all going to be given to you. You're going to have to use your brain eventually to figure out why things aren't working and figure out how you can make those things work for you. So yeah, I decided to add the plt.show and it worked. Now, even though it is working, we didn't get our 4 by 4 grid showing all the images at once, showing all 16 images. They are going to show us the images one by one. But hey, a win is a win for now. So it's a temporary solution until we come up with a permanent solution. But with that being said, let's get and start running our images. And I did print out the plt.imshow image. So the images won't display for some reason, but the access points will display once I print them out. So it will show that they are there, but they actually aren't displaying. So yeah, that's why I use the plt.show to actually show the images. And like I said, they are going to show one by one instead of all 16 at once. And also with the plt.title, we will see labels for each image, letting us know if the cell is parasitized or uninfected. So once things start compiling, we can actually get into showing you that. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's not that big of a code at all. But yeah, this is a small code. We've been working all morning, so don't think that this is all we have to show. Like I said, there's a lot of behind the scene things that go on. Like I had to figure out the plt.show. It did take a while to figure out why it wasn't working with the plt.imshow. The instructor made no mention of anything not working and what to do just in case it didn't work. So yeah, had to figure out what's going on my own, find a solution, and implement it. And here we are. So yeah, that's compiling, and the images should start generating soon, so we can actually get into that. And I think we are just about there. Okay, so here's our first image here, parasitized, and I see a little blemish here on the cell, so I'm guessing that's what's causing it to be infected or labeled as infected. We have another parasitized cell here. As you can see, there's more blemishing or malformation on the cell, which characterized as infected. We have another close-up here of a cell with blemishing or malformation, which characterizes parasitation or infection. Man, all of them has been infected so far. Okay, this one, or you can see a close-up here of the malformation indicating infection. We have another close-up here of malformation indicating infection. Okay, we finally have a close-up of a smooth cell here, which indicates no infection. There's no blemishing or malformation to be found, so this is an unaffected cell. And basically, that's all it is. We go through each image of the 16 images one by one, and it just tells us if the cell is actually infected or not. Yeah, it's a drawback because we are supposed to see all 16 at once and we'd be able to compare the 16 images to each other. But doing it this way, we have to look at each image one by one. And I would guess that that would be an issue if we had a lot more pictures that we wanted to compare to. So let's say we had 100 images, we wanted to compare 50, image number 50 to image number 25. It would be impossible to remember what you saw at 25 to what you see at 50. So yeah, it's a good fix for now because there's only 16 of them. Yeah, like I said, it's a temporary fix until we find a permanent solution. That's basically what we did all morning. At least we got our images to generate so I can actually show you guys what we're working with. More parasitized cells here. As you can see, blemishing on this cell here, indicating infection. Yeah, like I said, I'm not discouraged at all because we still got our images to show and we still have information to learn and information to go through. And I still am very much excited. Something new every day. Fascinating stuff. And these are malaria. These are cells that we're looking at to find the malaria disease. As you can see, this is a smooth cell indicating no infection. So the malaria disease is not found within this cell here. Was that all 16? This might be the 16th right here, uninfected. As you can see, these are all the coordinates of all the images, its shapes, and what it's made of. And they all pop up one by one. They should pop up all at once. Like I said, if we had all 16 at once, but since we were going through them one by one, they generated one by one, which isn't an issue for now. At least we got the information we were looking for. But yeah, we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep learning, and we're going to keep growing stronger. And of course, I'm going to keep you guys posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.